This swampy mush is about to become some of the world's most expensive paper. At first, Hanji is barely visible, and once it emerges from this bath, it's delicate. But after it dries, Korean paper can last thousands of years. The most expensive version of a single sheet this size costs over $22. So what makes Hanji so long-lasting? And why is it so expensive? Kang Kupsuk has been making Hanji for 45 years. The fibers he's washing were once the bark of a paper-mulberry tree.
이걸로 한 1,500장 정도 장수로 그 정도 나올 거예요, 아마.
Hanji is a versatile material that's prized within Korea. Today, it's used for everything from calligraphy to clothing. And because of its strength, institutions like the Library of Congress and the Louvre have used Hanji to restore centuries-old books. The secret to its strength are these long web-like fibers and the traditional method of sheet forming. After boiling, bleaching, and painstakingly cleaning each fiber, it's time to head inside. Kang uses this machine to transform the tough fibers into a mushy pulp.
처음부터 끝까지 다 힘든 공정이라고 생각이 드는데 같은 일을 반복해서 날마다 몇십 년 한다는 건 그건 참 쉬운 문제 아니잖아요. 어려운 문제 사실.
Now, it's time to turn pulp into paper. Fibers flow across the bamboo frame and settle into transparent layers, almost invisible to the naked eye. But Kang sees what we can't. He knows the exact moment when a sheet is fully formed. After decades of papermaking, he's able to produce 350 sheets per day. The amount of fibers on a sheet and their direction determines the strength of the paper. Moving the frame in one direction aligns the grain. But the most expensive paper is made by agitating the fibers in multiple directions. This is slower, but it evenly distributes the fibers, yielding stronger paper. Each weight of paper requires a different amount of pulp, and Kang's experience is the key to getting good results.
예를 들어서 40g이다 하면 40g에 일정에 똑같이 맞춰야 돼, 하루 종일.
Careful sheet forming is important because the fiber structure determines how a paper holds up over time, especially if it's being folded. Kang says this process can take 4 years to learn. And he has to be careful because at this stage, Hanji is still delicate.
물방울 한 방울만 떨어져도 빵꾸 빵 나니까 굉장히 조심을 하는 거죠.
He uses an automated pump to speed up the process, but it still requires close attention.
뭐 다른 생각하고 있다가 아차하면 두꺼워지잖아요. 그럼 그 실수지 그게 잘못 나온 종이니까. 그러니까 정신 바짝 차리고 만들어야 똑같은 종이 일정하지.
Despite Hanji's versatility, the ingredients are simple: water, fiber, and glue. Premium conservation-grade Hanji uses a natural glue made from hibiscus root, which disperses the fibers across a sheet. This type of Hanji has a neutral pH, which is one of the requirements to be classified as permanent paper, and it's ideal for restoring old documents. In fact, one study found that Hanji aged 2 to 3 times slower than paper from medieval Europe. For less expensive Hanji, Kang uses a chemical glue. While Kang immerses himself in flowing water, the other side of the workshop is dedicated to drying the freshly formed sheets. Yoon Chunghae tears the crisp, clean Hanji off a hot plate set to 88 degrees Celsius. She's been working with Hanji for 40 years.
네, 지금 옛날에는 이걸 나무로 떼서 만들기도 말리기도 했고 연탄으로 떼서 말리기도 했지만 두꺼운 한지들은 이제 온도가 높은 온도에서 좀 말리기도 하고 좀 얇은 한지 같은 경우에는 낮은 온도에서 말리기도 하는데 이 종이는 표고용으로 많이 쓰기도 하고 서해용으로 많이 쓰기도 하는데 종이가 좀 두꺼워요.
She dries paper used for conservation at a lower temperature, around 40 to 50 degrees.
낮은 온도 서서히 말리는 온도들이 종이들이 더 질기고 좋아요.
After a lifetime of working with Hanji, this process has become muscle memory. Her horsehair brush is an extension of her hand, used to smooth out Hanji without scratching it. This workshop used to be bustling with dozens of employees, but Kang says he's had to downsize as demand has decreased.
해 넘어가더라까지 했으니까 장수야 지금보다는 많았지요. 이제 배 이상도 했었지. 이제 사양길에 접어들다 보니까 이제 수요가 이제 점점 줄어가지고.
Artisans sell the most expensive Hanji to institutions and museums that use it for conservation, like repairing pages in books or even fixing sculptures. But Kang says demand for this type of Hanji isn't that high. It's also more expensive and labour-intensive to make, since he must beat the fibres by hand instead of pulverizing them in this machine. In Korea, Hanji has been used for over 1,000 years, but in the West, conservationists often train on washi paper from Japan. And while some Western institutions have recognised Hanji's quality, widespread use abroad isn't common. Kang says he's stopped exporting Hanji and only sells domestically. In recent years, the South Korean government has started initiatives to increase demand for Hanji, but it will take time before artisans feel the benefits of these programs.
이 업을 이제 택하게 된 건데 업이 될 줄은 몰랐지. 이렇게 끝까지 사라져 가는 거죠. 이제 그런 것도 좀 아쉽고 그렇지. 이제 없어져서는 안 될 거라고 보거든 우리네가 봤을 때는. 근데 수요가 없으니까 결국은 만드는 사람으로서는 돈벌이가 안 되면 문제가 있잖아요. 이게 우리네가 만들어서 계속 뭐 이게 쟁이고 보고만 있을 수는 없잖아요. 팔아야 먹고 사니까.
Despite Hanji's uncertain future, artisans like Kang continue to maintain this ancient craft, and many are working tirelessly to bring new uses and awareness, hopeful that the Hanji industry can last as long as the paper itself.